All right, guys, Dave Rogenmoser here, and in this video, we're going to talk about how to improve your cost per lead. And so you finished your webinar, maybe you're crunching the numbers here, and you realize that your cost per lead is one of your metrics that is most out of whack. And so you're thinking, well, I've got to lower this thing. How do I do it, Dave? Well, we're going to cover thoughts on that in this video here. So let's get rolling. So if you need to improve your CPL, there's really kind of a few different ways to do that. The first way is just to continue doing your Facebook ad split test to lower CPL. And that was back in video 6 and 7 of the Facebook ad training. And so your CPL is really going to be a function of how much are you paying per click, and then what is your registration page conversion rate. And we're going to talk about increasing the registration page conversion rate in another video. So it just leaves us with the one metric here to think about it is lowering your cost per click here. And so to do that, it all happens inside Facebook, and it all happens through split testing Facebook, split testing images, split testing ad copy, split testing audiences. And you're going to lower that CPC over time just by doing that, guys. And so go back into Facebook ad training 6 and 7, where you're going to learn and relearn all about how to do the optimizing of your Facebook ad. It's lowering the CPC, it's increasing the registration page conversion rate here. And then let's just have a serious conversation here, guys. This is really important as you think about scaling here. And so cost per lead, it really is just a starting point, but ultimately it's the wrong metric to optimize for in the long term. And so, when most people are running traffic, we get hung up on saying, how much are you getting webinar registrants for? How much are you paying? And we think that the person that's paying $5 is crushing the person that's paying $10. But that is not always the case. And ultimately, it's a good starting point. It's good to kind of say, hey, let's make a goal for this metric here. But in the end, we don't actually care about cost per lead, right? We care about sales here. And so it's really better to optimize for ROI. You want to start off by saying, hey, let's get the cost per click low, but the lowest cost per click, the lowest CPL is not always the ad set that has the best results here. And so let's do an example here. Which one of these ad sets is better? So let's say you're running Facebook ads here and you've got ad set 1 that's getting you webinar registrants for $8. Then you've got ad set 2, it's getting you webinar registrants for $12. And you're coming in to optimize, one morning, and you're going to flip one of them off. Which one are you going to flip off? You're probably going to turn off ad set 2, right? Because you're like, well, it's 50% higher than ad set number 1. So you're going to flip that thing off, but let's keep on following it through the funnel and see what happens. So ad set 1 has a cost per attendee of $24, but didn't actually hop on the webinar. Only 2% of these people purchase here. Whereas ad set number 2 is actually a higher quality lead that was coming through. That's why you were paying more. It still costs you more to get people on the webinar here and get them to be attendees, but then your cost per purchase, because they were a much higher quality lead, 10% of them purchased. So your cost per purchase was only $300 with ad set 2. Meanwhile, it was $1,200 for ad set 1 here. And so the mistake that a lot of people make is turning off ad set 2 here and only thinking about optimizing for cost per lead. And so I just want you guys to be thinking about that. Early on, you don't need to think about that too much. I think it is good to get your cost per click as low as you can. It is good to get your registration page converting and thinking about getting that CPL low, but it's not the ultimate metric. And as you scale, you need to worry less and less about CPL, and you need to worry more and more about worry more and more about yield, ROI, and figuring out which ads produce purchases at the lowest cost. And so to improve those Facebook ads, you want to go back and watch that Facebook ad performance, watch video 6 and 7 in that Facebook training here, and get your cost per click lower by split testing your ads. And then also watch the next video where we're going to talk about how to increase your registration conversion rate. All right, we'll see you guys in that next video here.